I can tell you, Tashara, we do have a former hostage negotiator, Larry Gordon, he's a sergeant with Dallas PD and an expert in hostage negotiation on the line with us right now. Sergeant Gordon, thanks for joining us this afternoon. I can't even get to imagine what's going through your mind watching this unfold here in North Texas.
I'm happy to be here with you.
Yeah, so in a situation like this, we see the massive police presence outside this place of worship, Beth Israel congregation in Colleyville. Can you give us an idea of what is happening or what could potentially be happening at the scene right now?
Well, the most important part is we need to determine if these people are actually hostages or not. Okay. And what I mean by that, people think that if a person is just holding a person with a gun, that person is obviously a hostage. And a hostage is basically someone being held for a substantive demand. This person may be demanding something, demanding some type of release of some other person, demanding money, demanding escape. But if we don't have anything to give that person really is not a hostage. We look at that person as a victim. And an example of that, if a husband is holding a wife or something like that, yeah, we don't have anything to give that suspect. So that's the first thing we have to determine, if this is an actual hostage situation or a potential victim.
Okay, and we know that the law enforcement agencies have been out there for a couple of hours. I can imagine that some attempts of communication with that person taking place.
Oh, definitely. And the big thing is try to get a hold of the person and to determine what he needs, what he wants. Maybe try to end this peacefully. And to see his mind state. And a big thing for negotiators is time. We need time. Time is of the essence. We need time for the SWAT team to get in position, to set up things they need to set up, countermeasures in case it goes bad. And we have to make what we call an emergency assault, emergency rescue of those people that's inside the structure.
Is it uncommon for law enforcement agents to ask the immediate area to evacuate in a situation like this? We understand that with a lot of the attention at the synagogue right now, they're asking people in that immediate area to evacuate their homes and avoid that area, Sergeant.
Yeah, it's what we call a priority of life. And the priority of life is the first person in the priority of life are the hostages. And the next person on that scale is the innocent victims, meaning people that's unaware, that's going inside may just be driving by, or may just be walking their dog, or whatever the case may be. So, and we have to protect those two people on the top tier, the hostages and those innocent victims. So that's just a priority of life, that we're trying to get these people out of the location, out of harm's way, in case shots are fired or something happens to that effect.
And Sergeant, how unique is this dynamic? As this started to play out, we understand that that synagogue had its regular Saturday Shabbat services, so they were being streamed on social media. So as this started to play out, we're hearing that a lot of people locally, and it evolved to across the country, started watching this, or listening to it at least, play out on social media. How significant is that when it comes to the law enforcement aspect of trying to keep some of this information sensitive for their investigation, and also keep the public aware of what's going on too?
Well, just by that dynamic alone, I think I have an idea of why this person is doing that. Mm-hmm. Just by you saying that alone, that would be the first thing that I would think of going into that situation. So hopefully, just by that information and the FBI being there, it may have some dynamic of some. I'm not sure saying it is, but judging by the day that it was taking a synagogue of the person that they've seen on a live stream. If I was a bed man, I would bet that it had some type of extremist ties to it.
And Sergeant Larry Gordon, thanks so much for your time. We appreciate that. If there's one last thing you keep with us, one last message that you have to the community, what would that be?
I would encourage the community, just stay out of the immediate area, because if the officers have to deal with them coming in the area, it would take time from us dealing with the person that's inside, that's holding the people, 4 or 5 people that's inside there. So I would just advise them, just stay out of the area as much as possible.
Sergeant Larry Gordon, thank you so much for your time, and we know that law enforcement, given this situation, they definitely don't need any distractions right now.